Hey guys, it's Dave again, back here in Dave's Dimension, here for another video. If this is your first time here, this is just a fun little channel for me to do reviews, maybe do some unboxing, just having a big bunch of fun, talking all of our geekdom, depending on what your fandom is. Mine, I'm a big mixture. As you can see, I got a couple Proton packs in back there, so obviously Ghostbusters, Back to the Future, Power Rangers, and a couple of other genres, mostly 80s, 90s, and a lot of cool stuff that's coming up now. So, if you like that kind of crazy fun, this is not something I do for money. This is not something I'm trying to do to get any kind of fame. It's just a little bit of fun. Especially with everything that's gone on in 2020, this is something I decided to do as kind of an outlet, something fun, something constructive, a little bit crazy. So if you like these videos, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. I'm still new at this, so I'm still learning how to do all this stuff. Now, this is just my little fortress of geekitude, as I like to call it. So today we're going to do a video, and this video is going to be kind of a short review, no spoilers, for Bill and Ted Face the Music, the sequel to the previous Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure and Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. We're going to talk about a couple things. I'm going to try not to give any spoilers away. Basically, good 20 some odd years after Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. If you've never seen any of the movies, quick breakdown. You got two airheads who dream of being a rock band, and actually they're fated in the distant future to write a song that will unite the world. So someone from the future is sent back to help them so that they don't flunk out of high school. Suffice to say, they go time traveling, meet some very cool historic figures, and they prevent themselves from flunking out of high school. They pass. And the future looks pretty bright for them, aside from them not knowing how to play instruments very well. Then we hit Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, where the boys are now out of high school. They're living with some princesses who they want to someday marry, and they're fated to play the song that will save the world yet again. However, there's somebody in the future that doesn't want the two great ones from succeeding, so he built two robots that look exactly like Bill and Ted, except they're evil, and sends them back in time to kill Bill and Ted to take their places. Bill and Ted get killed, go to hell, and then find their way back. They actually trick the Grim Reaper, and they actually go from hell to heaven and then back to Earth and save the day once again. Now, believing at the end they now have all the eyes of the world, they're playing some music. It's not yet the song that unites the world. So here we are now at Bill and Ted Face the Music. 20 some odd years later, they have still not written or performed a song that will unite the world. And clock's a ticking. They're married. Their wives are not exactly happy with them not being successful at anything. I mean, things are not so great. Things are looking very dire for our boys here. So, Bill and Ted Face the Music picks up where the guys are. And let me just say this, Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter, they pick up their characters of Bill as Preston Esquire and Ted Theodore Logan without missing a beat. You would think that these guys just played these characters a year ago. That's how well in tune they were with the characters. They also have daughters. The daughters, nothing against the actresses, I think they're fantastic. However, the portrayal of the daughters was more like a caricature of their fathers. It was a little dry in some parts, but you know what? It's a Bill and Ted movie, guys. If you've seen a Bill and Ted movie before, you know we're not getting Shakespeare. We're not getting The Matrix. We're not getting John Wick. We are not getting even Fast and Furious. This is about some funny humor. It's about suspending belief and having a good time while you're doing it. Okay? That's how Bill and Ted plays out. Now, I'm not going to give away any spoilers. Uh, I'm not going to give any specific details. But let's just say references to the first movie and the second movie are massively abundant. There's even some running gags, and you'll see what I mean when you watch it. Now, right now, most everybody, and now I'm in New York State, we do not have movie theaters that are open. There are a few drive-ins. Well, where I live, which is the Buffalo area of Western New York, Buffalo, New York, that is. We only have maybe 2 or 3 drive-ins at best within an hour to 2 hours drive, so not many options. I opted to view it at home. I've actually been working at home, virtual working, since March myself, so I'm very accustomed to doing things from home. So the wife and I, we used Vudu, V-U-D-U. It's an online streaming service that is well known for, if you ever buy a movie from like Walmart, Target, and it's got the little VUDU on it for digital copies, that's what they are. They basically, you can purchase digital copies of movies, or if you buy a DVD or Blu-ray and it has that digital copy, you type in a little code and it's stored into your library. You can also sync it up with Amazon Prime. So you can check it out on Vudu, Amazon Prime, and I'm sure there's a whole host of other streaming services anywhere and everywhere you are. Now, the thing is, of course, with these movies that are being released digitally, they are charging a little more than you would to go for a movie. Now, the options were $19.99 to rent or $24.99 to purchase it. Now, I already loved the Bill and Ted movies. I had the first 2 digitally. So what I did was I said, well, for $5 more, I'll just buy it. So that's what I did. So we watched it. It was good time. I mean, the story, some of it might have seemed a little rushed, but it has some massive payoffs in here. Now, if you've seen the trailers, you've already seen that, okay, there's some older versions of Bill and Ted. That Bill and Ted are trying to go to the future. They're trying to get some answers. Because not only is it the fate of the world, but it's the fate of the universe that's in danger this time around. So it's basically multiverse all over the world, all over time. And it's just it's a good time. I'm not saying it's on a scale of 1 to 10. It's definitely, I would say, 8.5. I'm not going to say it's a full 10 because, let's face it, everyone has their own opinions, right? I love the first Bill and Ted. I love the second one. This one, I liked it. It was definitely felt like more of a love letter to the fans. I will say that. And definitely Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter, they went to, what's the word I'm looking for? They definitely went to bat for the fans. They worked hard about 1.5 years ago to try and secure funding to make the movie. Okay? This definitely feels like a movie made within the time of the pandemic. A lot of the scenes, you don't see a lot of people together. Well, there's 1 or 2 scenes where you do see a large group of people, but for the most part, you see smaller scenes, so either that or maybe they weren't hiring that many cast-wise. Okay? But it's a good time. I did miss some of the rock music that is usually accompanied in the Bill and Ted movies, but it still had a good feel to it. We had some good music being played in there, historical figures. It was a good time, guys. And for those that are longtime fans of Bill and Ted, you will not be disappointed, okay? As I said, aspects of the first movie and the second movie are represented in this, and they did not disappoint. They did an amazing job. And like I said, it's about suspend belief, having some good laughs. This story is about 2 guys who started out as zeros, told that they have to do this tremendous task. And somehow they're fumbling through it, and they find the answers out in the end. They did it in the first one, they did it in the second one, and they did it in this third one, guys. Okay? That's why guys like me, when we were in high school, when we were in school, these movies appealed to us because maybe we were that person that didn't fit in, right? Maybe we were that someone that maybe we didn't feel we were good enough. Or maybe we had some disabilities, some handicap, something that just held us back. I myself, when I was a little kid, I had vision issues. I still wear glasses. I had hand and eye coordination issues because I had eye surgery when I was a kid. I had speech therapy. I used to stutter. You don't hear me stuttering right now, do you? I overcame those things, mostly because of movies and shows like Bill and Ted. You know, that magical combination of things that just came together, and they defy the odds. That's what Bill and Ted's about. Bill and Ted's about having some laughs, not taking life too seriously, because when you start taking things too seriously, you start to lose the meaning of it all. Okay? Bill and Ted will not disappoint. You may, if you're a longtime fan, you may even find yourself getting a little sniffles, feeling a little feeling. You get the feels. There are definitely some moments that just kind of like really hit you. And hey, that's not a bad thing. So on a scale of Dave's scale of 1 to 10, I would say this is definitely an 8.5 to a 9. Okay. There are times when some of the writing feels a little stalled or rushed. But, I mean, look at everything going on in the past year. 2019 to 2020, we've had a lot of chaos, a lot of craziness going on, guys. So, I mean, for them to get the movie put together as they did, kudos to Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter. Now, everyone knows who Keanu Reeves is. We know him from Matrix, Speed, the original Point Break with Patrick Swayze. I mean, keep on going. He's been a big movie star. I had someone the other day say, well, where's this other guy been? Alex Winter's actually been a director. A lot of movies, TV shows, kids shows. He's been busy between the Bill and Ted movies. Of course, he also had a small part in Lost Boys, the Kiefer Sutherland movie back in the 80s with the two Corys, Corey Haim, Corey Feldman. So I mean, he took the other road. He jumped behind the camera, did a lot of stuff. So he's been pretty busy. They've both been very successful, and they said, hey, let's revisit these guys. They didn't finish the story, and they wanted to come back, and they did it. The story is definitely, it's not fully completed. There's definitely room for them to explore, to expand that universe if they want to. I will say that. It doesn't leave you on a cliffhanger. It does resolve storylines for the most part. But we'll see what happens. So that's my review of Bill and Ted's Face the Music. It's been a while since I did a review. I used to write reviews years ago, just in a little side online blog. Haven't done it for a very long time. So I wanted to give it a go. So tell me guys, did you see Bill and Ted Face the Music? And if you did, what was your opinion of it? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Did you have criticisms? Do you think maybe Bill and Ted, Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter, are they a little too old to be playing these characters? Or do they still have it? Let me know your opinions, your thoughts, your queries. Hey, if you have a suggestion for a movie that's coming out that you want me to check out. I mean, here we are. We're August 29th, 2020 today. And we got September, we got October. There's a lot of stuff coming out, and, a lot of things coming our way. So let me know what you want me to check out. Maybe there's a TV show you want me to check out. Little side note, I'm actually going to be going for an operation in a couple days. And I'm going to be out of work for a while, recovering. So, hey, if you have a suggestion for a TV show, a movie for me to check out while I'm recuperating, leave it in the comments section below. So until next time, this is Dave from Dave's Dimension saying, Keep on busting, and I'll catch you on the flip side.